That's right, I did it. I bought a boat. And as you can probably tell, she needs work. Quite a bit of work. Which I'm about to do a little bit of. The good news is, the troll motor works. And I'm about to work on the wiring for that. There's the battery for right there. So today, I am going to be working on the wiring project. This is a 24 DC Everstart deep cycle. I was going to get the 27, but they were out. And this is all the stuff I got. That's for later. Motor flush. Got a voltmeter. I bought at Walmart a while back. Cleaner crimps. I went and got a kit because I needed one. With the electrical tape. Found it in the outdoor section right where the boat stuff is at Walmart. Same thing as this little Atwood circuit breaker for the troll motor. I got this from over by the automotive section, so I don't have to make my own jumper. And of course, I also got these from the little boat fishing section at Walmart. So disconnect, quick disconnect. I like that, so I can actually disconnect this and just plug the charger in there like a battery tender. These fuses are too big for what I need, but they're only only ATC ones I could find at my Walmart. And that's mainly just to test to see if I can get the radio working. That's what's going on here. Got a lot of work to do. Alright, it's been about a week or so since the last time I recorded. Didn't really do much other than hook up a new troll motor battery, put in a breaker for it, put on these Minn-coated leads. I did find out it's actually a motor guide troll motor. It's a motor guide Whisper Drive R30, 30-pound thrust. It works though. I gotta screw down that pedal. The wiring on the console's a little bit of a mess. I tried to clean it up best I could. Radio's out of it. Had a car radio in it that got rusted. Chassis for it sitting under there. I'm gonna have to work on that some other time. I think I'm gonna buy like a dual brand marine radio online. I moved the 12-volt socket, which was already installed in the boat, outside. It's got a little weatherproof cap on it. It's right there by the steering wheel. Let's see. Get the replacement power pack. Motor. I got replacement trailer wiring, because that needs to be done. This is broke. The existing one of this, the license plate holder, is broken. These are submersible LEDs. I think this kit was like $32 from Amazon. A bunch of the stuff I ordered for my boat finally came in. A bunch of it's from Amazon. So, hopefully I'll get that put on this week. I still gotta put the numbers on it. I got the emergency oar. It's one of those foldable ones. Kill switch, some cup holders, pedestals, rod holders, more rod holders. So, hopefully get that put on this Friday. Boat log. I think it's August 28th or 27th. It's Friday. I just finished replacing the fuel filler cap and the fill line to the tank. Which, here's the old one. It was leaking right about here where it connected to the cap. This is the old one. I went ahead and replaced it with a new one. It's the same exact kind. Actually, I had to use the screws off the other one because the new one didn't come with any. As far as the line goes, I had to do some hunting around and eventually settled on just Home Depot solution. Probably not the best. It's vinyl. It was a 2-foot section. Cut a piece a little longer than that. Put it in there with some hose clamps. It works good. I put some gas in it a while ago. No leaks. Hopefully the gas doesn't eat through the vinyl. I don't know. Anyway, I'm about to see if I can't crank this bad boy. Alright, here we go. Or not. Oh man, I bet the battery's dead. Boat log, September 5th, 2020. The boat continues to be a pain in my butt. I just got the battery replaced at O'Reilly's, the brand new battery. Actually upgrading, got a size 27 battery over size 24, but couple things happened. One, the battery that should have been under warranty, they could not honor the warranty for because I did not have the information, and the phone numbers I was given were no good. I contacted the original store it was bought from, and they couldn't help me either. So I had to shell out about $100 for a new battery, and when I realized that when I was hooking up, it's a regular deep cycle battery, it is not a starting battery. It has enough starting amps, I think, but it's still the wrong kind of battery. I'll leave it be for now. It turns over the motor, but the motor ain't starting. Another thing, I realized I'm a dumbass. See that blue tank on the motor, that is where you put the 2-stroke motor oil. I thought you had to mix it in with the gas when you put the gas into the tank. I'm an idiot. I didn't know that. So it's got mixed gas, and I also just put some fresh gas in it. And I put some fuel treatment in there too, because it probably needs it. I tried to crank it for a while, and it just won't crank. I choked it, didn't help. Made sure the kill switch was off. Didn't work. I pulled the airbox because I thought there was a filter behind it. There is no filter behind the airbox. I don't know if that's normal or not. I don't know. I got to looking at the power pack, the one I replaced, and it's separated. I don't think that's good. I don't know. I decided to check the spark plugs to see if they were fouled out, and I realized each spark plug is a different spark plug. The idiot who was supposed to have worked on this boat before I bought it replaced the spark plugs. But correct me if I'm wrong, marine spark plugs don't usually have these little tanks on them. That's more like automotive and everything else. I'm pretty sure marine spark plugs are different. It looks to me like he scrounged around and used whatever spark plugs he had and just shoved them in there. Anyway, it looked pretty gross. I cleaned them off with some brake cleaner, but that only did so much. 2 of them look like they might be okay. This one though looks like it might be fouled out totally. I'll have to do some homework and see if I can't figure out what type of spark plugs I need. I may end up putting the boat in the shop. I don't even know if I'm going to get to use the boat this year. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. Another fail. It also looks like the boat cover has a hole in it from where rain was pooling up on it. So I've got to deal with that now. Alright, I'm back again. It's been a couple of weeks. I had to wait on shipping for this stuff, but I got new spark plugs and I got a new fuel filter. This thing took the longest to ship. I got these first. I've already noticed a fundamental difference. These are the spark plugs it shows to use with this motor for NGKs, and I already thought there was a difference. It doesn't have the typical little stick out. It's got these flats, which there were some spark plugs like that were laying in the bottom of the boat that were old ones. So I thought that's what it took. I think somebody went and took either regular 2-stroke motor spark plugs or automotive spark plugs and put them in that thing. And that's probably why it won't crank. Anyway, I'm going to put these in. Turns out this little spark plug wrench I bought at Atwood's does not fit, so I'm going to go find a socket or wrench that'll fit this. I don't want to use channel locks again. Not with these at least. And I gotta replace the fuel filter. This should be a direct replacement. Bought that off Amazon. Bought these off Amazon also. But they weren't prime, so they took forever to ship. Let's see if I can get this thing cranked. If I can't get this thing cranked today, I'm not even going to touch this boat until next spring, because it's already September, I think 18th? Today's the 18th, I think? Yeah. This boat has been a hell of an adventure, and not in a good way. Alright, after digging out my sockets, I've discovered that these spark plugs are 13/16 or 20 millimeter. Or, I'm sorry, 21 millimeter. And I don't have a deep socket that big, or a regular wrench that big. I'm gonna have to go find something. Alright, I got the old spark plugs pulled. I found a little mini crescent wrench, and that works okay. It's mainly the top and the bottom spark plugs that are a pain. But yeah, this is one of the new ones again, and this is one of the old ones. It has the plain, like, old style gap. I think those have to be either automotive or like lawnmower spark plugs. I mean, other than that, they look pretty similar. I'm gonna get these put on, get the fuel filter swapped out, and we'll see what happens. Just a quick old versus new. Obviously, that's the old one. And that thing was hard to get out, so it actually came off with it. It goes to the carburetor. I'm gonna stick that back on. I don't like these little clips, but I don't think I have any tiny hose clamps. And of course, while I'm doing this, the spark plugs are disconnected, but I do have the new ones in, as snug as I could get them. Alright, here goes nothing. Bulbs primed, sprayed a little bit of ether in the airbox. It's showtime. Well, I'm convinced the boat is cursed. Can I get it to crank? I've tried everything I know to try. I guess I should stick to computers. I am not good at fixing crap with motors. Best advice I can give anyone dealing with a boat: 1, don't buy a boat that is currently in the shop. 2, put a boat in the shop, make sure it's a reputable shop, not just some good old boy, as was the case with me. 3, make sure you get all the paperwork regarding battery warranties and warranties of any type. 4, and most importantly, make sure you look at the boat in person before you buy it. Don't go off of Facebook pictures. And don't give anybody any money until you've seen the boat up close and personal. Oh, and 5, make sure the boat actually starts and runs. And maybe take it to the shop to have it checked out before you take it home and try to fix it yourself. Otherwise, you're going to do a lot of waiting on shipping and spend quite a bit of money. Short version of it is that boats are expensive. Like they said on Pawn Stars, there are holes in the water that you throw money into, and the happiest 2 days of a boat owner's life are the day he buys it and the day he sells it. So more than likely what I'm going to do between now and probably March, April, spring, is I'm going to leave the boat alone. Either it'll just sit in my backyard, or I'll go put it in storage over the winter time, and next spring I will take it up to the shop, have them go through it, see if they can get it started, find the issues, and see how much that's going to cost. If it costs more than what I already have in the boat, buying the boat, legal fees to get it put in my name, and all the other crap I've already put on it, like the rod holders, the seats, etc., the bed liner, if I come out good on it, it'll be fine. But if it costs a lot more, if it costs more than $1,000, I think I'm just going to sell the damn thing. This was supposed to be a quick summer project. I was under the impression I could have this thing ready to go on the lake in like a week from when I bought it. Nah. Here it is. It's almost bow season for Texas. Almost whitetail bow season. I'm ready to get ready for deer hunting. I just don't have time to put in this. I don't have money. I don't have enough money to keep putting into this. Not to mention, I gotta sight in my guns. I just don't have enough free time. I don't have enough money to keep putting in this thing for something I'm not even going to be using that much longer during the year. I have yet to get this thing into the water. That boat has not left my backyard since I bought it. Boats are a pain. Anything with a motor is a pain when you're not mechanically inclined. Anyway, so that's the end of the boat from hell. That's what I'm going to call this video. Toodles.